What up, Keep It Real fam? So in today's video, I want to talk about the importance of having the willingness to let go. And so just kind of a backstory to this video and kind of why I'm even making it is that this week has honestly been terrible. This week has beat my ass. This week has gotten the best of me. It's made me get away from myself in some way, shape, or form. And in some areas of my life, I say that because I want y'all to understand that I'm human as well. I know I make these videos consistently and I talk about various different topics, and I seem like I have a lot of things figured out. But at the end of the day, I'm still 21 years old. I'm still learning. I'm still in the process of figuring things out. And so I never want y'all to look at me and automatically assume, oh, he just has everything together. Oh, he just knows how to handle everything. Like, no, I have my moments where life gets the best of me. I have my moments where my emotions get the best of me. And so, this week, I kind of didn't handle things how I usually handle them. And as a result of things being unresolved within myself, it allowed it to spill out onto things that necessarily didn't even damage me. And so, I just want to take the time to say, like, handle your problems, handle your feelings, handle your emotions, because when you don't, it's almost like a boiling pot. When you never take the lid off to actually like release that pressure and like resolve what's there, then eventually everything just kind of starts to spill over and make a mess everywhere else in your life that may not have even necessarily been what was damaging you or what exactly even like trigger you in a way. But back to the video and the importance of having the willingness to let go. Basically, what you aren't willing to let go of will always have almost a hold on you. It will almost like always have control over your emotions, your decisions, and you'll feel it. It'll be weighing you down. And what I had to realize is that sometimes you have to get tired of being where you are. Sometimes you have to literally get tired of the past repeating itself. Sometimes you have to get tired of you not showing up for yourself. Sometimes you have to just get to a point where you're tired of allowing yourself to go through what you know is damaging you. Because until you're willing to let go, all those cycles will just repeat themselves. And so what you have to realize is that you have to start making change within yourself. You have to be willing to let go of all that baggage that you've constantly held on to, whether that's resentment, whether that's certain relationships, and you always trying to fix that relationship, whether that's certain results that you're tired of getting that, you cling on to because that's what feels comfortable. You're unwilling to change your ways because you've always done things in a certain way, but you don't realize the damage of you consistently, repeatedly doing that thing that specific way. You don't realize the damage that it's causing you. And what I had to realize is that life can't always be what you want it to be, and you have to be open to receiving different experiences, different results that don't exactly align with how you want them to be, or things not going how you expected them to go. Because when you allow yourself and you open your mindset to receiving different experiences, you open your mindset to receiving different ways of living life basically that don't align with how you've always lived it, then you allow yourself to see what life is presenting to you, the opportunities, the new people, the new things. But when you get so attached and you get so, caught on not letting go of how you want things to be or certain people and things like that, then it's going to dictate your emotions, it's going to dictate your feelings, and it's overall just going to have a hold on you in some way, shape, or form, an emotional hold on you. And what that feels like is that pressure in your mind. You feeling like you always have to fix things or you always have to be in control of your world. When you don't become comfortable with allowing the things out of your control to just be out of your control, then you'll always stress yourself out to always try and control the things that are out of your control, how other people feel about you, how other people see you, the conversations you have with other people, outcomes and results and things like that. Like, life is all about your ability to adapt with what's placed in front of you. Because again, life isn't always going to go your way. Life is going to put obstacles in front of you. Life is going to place adversity in your life. Life is going to give you challenges that you can't always cling on to, the result, and then complaining and then getting upset because it doesn't look how you want it to look, and you play victim and all these other, like, sometimes you just got to be in the mindset of, okay, how can I figure it out? How can I be willing to get through this situation? How can I overcome this hurdle that's been placed in front of me? Because when you have that mindset to adapt to life rather than trying to force life, then you will find yourself a lot more at peace. You'll find yourself like, not feeling the need to control everything. You'll find yourself just understanding the inevitables that come with life and learning how to navigate through them, because failure is going to come. Challenges are going to come. Adversities are going to come that are overwhelming, and that sometimes you just have to take the time to figure out, because again, like, life ain't always going to go your way. And so when it places certain things in your way, like, sometimes you have to automatically hop in that mindset of, how can I get through this? I can't do anything about it. There's no sense in complaining about it. There's no way for me to avoid it that doesn't make me live in fear or suppress me or keep me from growing. So I might as well just figure out what I need to do to get through it. And as I always say, God's never going to place anything in your life or place you in a situation that you aren't capable of overcoming. He hasn't given you the necessary gifts to be able to get through that obstacle or get through that situation. And you also have Him by your side. So use that. Sometimes we have to use God as a crutch, and that's not a bad thing. And sometimes we need to call on the help of others and call on, people who can give us different perspectives, people that can give us different advice to be able to get through the things in life. But, you can't allow the fear and discomfort of what could be make you hang on to people that are no longer for you, make you hang on to the way of living your life that is no longer for you, or that no longer benefits you, or a way that holds you back, because you can't allow the fear and discomfort of what could be keep you in places that are already hurting you. So hanging on to that person, hanging on to that way of living your life that's limiting you and holding you back. The way your mindset sometimes your way of thinking. Some of y'all have this mindset where you feel you have this sense of entitlement. You always play victim. You think life is happening to you rather than for you. And so, sometimes you have to let go of your old self. You have to let go of your way of handling things. You have to let go of people in your life, because where you are now is already hurting you. So obviously some type of changes need to be made, but in order to see that change, you have to be willing to let go of the way you've been living your life now, how you've gotten comfortable in the normal reality you've set for your life, because obviously that's not helping you, and obviously where you are now isn't getting you the results you want to see. So now you have to take the necessary steps to create that change within yourself. And when you become willing to let go, you open yourself to seeing the world for what it is, seeing what it could possibly be presenting to you that you previously didn't even have the mindset to see or receive. Sometimes there's better people out there for us, but we've been hanging on so hard to the people that are familiar or that have always been around, that we never see those people that are right there for us to start talking to, for us to bring into our lives and things like that are better for us, that are better for our mental health, that are better for our growth, that are better for, just our life in general. And same thing with opportunities, same things with different ways of living. Like, let's just say, for example, like, there could be a way you've always cooked, the way your mom has always taught you to do a specific chore or something in your house or something like that. And you close your mind off to receiving anything else because you trust your mom the most, rightfully so. And so you're like, nah, I've always done it this way. My mom told me to do it this way. Little do you know, somebody could be teaching you a better recipe that tastes better. Somebody could be teaching you a way to do a specific chore within, a lesser amount of time, or an easier way, a way that doesn't bring you as much physical pain or something like that. But when you become closed-minded and so attached to how you've always lived your life, how you've always done things, then you miss out essentially on the better that could be out there for you. What life could be trying to throw your way that makes your life easier, that makes your life better. And real quick, I just want to specify that more towards relationships, but also when you're unwilling to let go, you sometimes get away from yourself. And I've had to realize that recently, and just through this past 2 years, like, sometimes when you hang on to people, you get away from yourself in order to keep them around. You lose track of your own standards, you lose track of your morals, you lose track of your boundaries and things like that, because you're trying so hard to fix it. You're trying so hard to get it to be what you want it to be, even though what you want it to be may never be what it will be, essentially. It's like, again, you have to be willing to adapt. You have to become willing to accept the reality of what certain situations are and say, okay, that's what it is. I have to learn now how I'm going to move forward. I have to learn now how I can adapt to the situation that is right in front of me. That may be letting it go completely. That may be taking some type of shift in the relationship. That might be creating distance. That may not be talking often. Like, whatever that looks like in your life, when you become willing to let go of your expectation, or you let go of always trying to avoid the hard things or the discomfort of the situation, then you allow yourself to grow. You allow that relationship to just be what it is, and you allow yourself to move forward in life without constantly trying to hang on to what may no longer be for you or what may no longer serve you in a way. But letting go isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it's a necessary thing. Sometimes it's what you need in order to step into a life that's better for you. Like I've said in the past, sometimes letting go of certain people is making room for better people. Sometimes being willing to learn new lessons and go through different experiences in life opens you to a amount of growth or different experiences or different lessons that you previously didn't know in the past. Sometimes it helps you to understand yourself better and get a better understanding of something that you didn't even know was within you. But it's like you have to let go of your way of living. You have to let go of your way of doing things. You have to let go of your expectations sometimes in life always being how you want it to be. Always being comfortable, always being something that brings you peace. Because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you gotta get uncomfortable. Sometimes you not always gonna be at peace. Sometimes you gotta be willing to take on pain. Sometimes you gotta put yourself in vulnerable positions to be in environments where you don't necessarily have it all figured out and you don't have all the answers. And that's okay. But you have to realize that when you constantly hang on to what is, you never allow yourself to step into what could possibly be. The life that you can't even imagine right now, but it's out there and that's better for you. But I appreciate you guys for tuning into the video. Just a quick little rant. Hoodies will be out soon, and be sure to join up on our self-discovery community. Just dropped the course in there on letting go of past memories and how to move forward, as well as rejection. And yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notices. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.